CarboFix is a carbohydrate management formula that promises to be the cure for those who are sick of dieting. That's a pretty bold claim. So does it? In this quick video, let's look at the ingredients in CarboFix, the pros and cons, and help you decide if this supplement is right for you. So how does CarboFix work? The claims are pretty straightforward about this diet pill. The company claims that CarboFix will improve fat burning, reduce your hunger, enhance your weight loss results, help you even live longer, and lower your blood sugar levels. And all of this is said to be tied to something called AMPK. What's that? Well, I'm glad you asked. AMPK is at the heart of how CarboFix is supposed to work. AMP activated protein kinase, better known as AMPK, is an enzyme that acts in our cells almost like a thermostat. It senses how much energy we have and then it burns fat and carbs as needed. Some of the things it does is AMPK increases fat burning, lowers blood sugar, reduces cholesterol, bad cholesterol and triglycerides, even helps with something called mitochondria biogenesis, which is fancy talk for making more mitochondria, also known as the powerhouses of the cell. Mitochondria make what is called ATP energy, our ultimate energy molecule. Now, generally eating lowers AMPK levels, while fasting and exercise tend to raise AMPK levels. So what this means for CarboFix is that this supplement is said to have ingredients that are supposed to trick the body into keeping AMPK levels higher, regardless of whether you're eating or exercising. Now, that's a pretty big claim. Let's take a look at the ingredients in CarboFix next. So we've got 6 ingredients in CarboFix. We've got chromium picolinate. Below that, we've got berberine, cinnamon. The CarboFix company says they use true cinnamon in their formula. Below that, we've got an ingredient we'll talk about in a minute called benfotiamine. And then we've got neranogen, which comes from grapefruit. And then rounding out the ingredients is alpha lipoic acid. Let's take a look at the research on some of these ingredients. And we'll begin by looking at chromium. So here we have an investigation of chromium picolinate, where people with type 2 diabetes were given either a placebo or 100 micrograms or 1,000 micrograms of chromium picolinate, and they were followed for 4 months. 4 months later, the researchers noted that compared to those who took a placebo, those who took the chromium picolinate supplement, they had lower blood sugar levels, lower insulin levels, their cholesterol went down, and even their hemoglobin A1C levels reduced as well. Hemoglobin A1C is something your doctor may measure. It's an indicator of your average blood sugar over the past several months. Higher hemoglobin A1C levels generally mean your diabetes is getting worse. So it's good that in this study, chromium picolinate lowered hemoglobin A1C levels. We also have this interesting investigation where women were given chromium picolinate and the supplement was shown to reduce food intake. They ate less food and their hunger was less, and they also reported having less cravings for fatty foods as well. And the researchers also noted something I didn't highlight here. Their body weight tended to decrease. That means they did lose weight, but it wasn't deemed a clinically significant amount. So it is good that they lost weight, but whether or not that was a meaningful amount in real-world terms might need some more studies. So here we have an investigation on berberine where it was shown to lower cholesterol levels by almost 30%, triglyceride levels dropped by 35%, and their bad cholesterol levels dropped by 25% after 3 months of use. We have another investigation showing that berberine can lower not only cholesterol, triglyceride, and bad cholesterol levels, but also blood sugar as well. Here's a study showing blood sugar declines significantly also. Berberine is actually a very interesting ingredient. I'll link to my other video on berberine in the description so you can check it out for yourself. And then next up is something that I normally don't see in a lot of dietary supplements. It's an ingredient called benfotiamine. So benfotiamine is essentially a synthetic form of thiamine. Thiamine is also known as vitamin B1. One of the key differences between benfotiamine and thiamine is that benfotiamine is absorbed up to 5 times better than thiamine. Another difference is that unlike thiamine, which is a water-soluble vitamin, benfotiamine is a fat-soluble vitamin. And if you do your own research on this compound, you'll see that it is also called allithiamine, so they mean the same thing. So is there any research on benfotiamine? Yeah, there is. So here's a study showing that benfotiamine has anti-inflammation effects. It seems to reduce inflammation in the body. That's good because too much inflammation is associated with different diseases. We have another investigation here where people with type 2 diabetes were given either 300 or 600 milligrams a day of benfotiamine for 6 weeks, and they found that compared to those people taking a placebo, those taking the benfotiamine, they actually had less diabetic neuropathy, less nerve pain. And nerve pain sometimes is associated with diabetes. So this is also a very interesting investigation. And then we have this study, which appears to show that benfotiamine also acts as an antioxidant, reducing advanced glycation end products. Advanced glycation end products are essentially molecules that are formed when sugar combines with protein and fat. And when this happens, it increases the free radical production of the body, better known as oxidative stress. So benfotiamine also appears to have antioxidant properties. Next up is alpha lipoic acid, which is in itself also an antioxidant found in a variety of different foods, ranging from broccoli and spinach, Brussels sprouts, even organ meats like kidneys and liver have some alpha lipoic acid. And there is research showing that while alpha lipoic acid is itself an antioxidant, it's also been shown to raise glutathione levels. Glutathione is sometimes called the master antioxidant in the body. And then there is also this intriguing study which appears to show that alpha lipoic acid with or without fish oil appears to help women lose weight. Again, like most weight loss supplements, doesn't happen overnight. Took 10 weeks to see a significant drop in body weight. So at the heart of what CarboFix is supposed to do is it's supposed to raise AMPK levels. These are the ingredients in CarboFix that I identified as having research that they would raise AMPK levels. I bring this up because the company is making the claim it would raise AMPK levels, and these are ingredients in the supplement that do have evidence. So it's good that the company is including ingredients that do in fact do what the company is claiming CarboFix does. Speaking of the company, who makes it? Well, the company is called Gold Vita LLC. It's located in Canada, so this is a Canadian company, and I bring this up because if you go searching for information on CarboFix, you may find other companies selling supplements that have this name. The issue is that those other supplements may have ingredients that is not covered here. The ingredients would be different. So if you're interested in trying CarboFix, you want to look at the supplement facts label and compare it to what is being shown here. Are those ingredients the same or are they different? I think that's definitely something you want to take a look at. And to make your investigation a little bit easier, I will link to the official CarboFix website in the description so you can learn more about it. And that brings us to the pros and cons of CarboFix. Here is as I call them. Pros. The ingredients make sense. So they're saying CarboFix raises AMPK levels, which in turn can help people lose weight, reduce carbohydrate cravings. I do see some research on these ingredients for this. I also like that the company gives this supplement a 60-day money-back guarantee, although keep in mind the 60-day money-back guarantee begins when you order it, not when it arrives at your home. Overall, pretty easy to purchase. Again, I'll link to it in the description so you could check it out yourself. One thing I really particularly liked is that there are no auto shipments either with CarboFix, and that's important because it means you're not going to get any unwanted or unexpected charges to your credit cards. When you run out of CarboFix, you're going to have to go back to the company and order more. So I appreciate the company doing that. And then lastly, CarboFix is sold by ClickBank, which is an online retailer, been around about 20 or so years, and it has an A rating from the Better Business Bureau. As for cons, so I'll ding them on the fact that CarboFix itself has no clinical research on itself. Yes, there is research on the ingredients in CarboFix, but research on the ingredients is not necessarily the same thing as CarboFix itself. So for people who like science-based supplements, I understand that that might be a deal breaker. Another con would be for those who don't like taking a lot of capsules. If you follow the directions to the letter, you're taking 4 capsules a day. You're taking 2 capsules with your 2 biggest carbohydrate meals of the day. Now, having said that, because they are capsules, I could say a workaround from this, maybe a biohack, if you will, is open up those capsules, throw them in some juice, throw them in some water, and drink it. And then lastly, the company does make some bold claims about what CarboFix is supposed to do, such as not having to worry about what you eat or exercise. Although if you do go to the CarboFix website, it does say you're going to have to do some physical activity and you'll have to watch your calories a little bit as well to get the maximum results. So there you have it. So what do you think? Have you tried CarboFix? And if you have, did it work for you? Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Until next time, I'm Joe from supplementclarity.com. Take care.